Welcome back, everyone. If you're a focused learner looking to uncover the hidden architecture behind effective communication, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to do something incredibly fun. We're unpacking the actual mechanics of interactive edutainment by looking at a really short, highly engaging script called the Spin the Alphabet Wheel Adventure. Now, on the surface, this might just look like a simple children's game, right? But beneath that colorful exterior, it's actually a masterclass on how to hook an audience, create a compelling loop, and deliver a truly satisfying payoff. I am absolutely thrilled to break this all down with you today, so let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. We'll be setting the thematic roadmap today by looking at first, setting the game's show vibe, second, the spinning wheel mechanic, third, interactive letters and actions, and finally, the champion's conclusion. This will show us exactly how this interactive script structures its hook, loop, and payoff.
Moving right into Section 1, setting the game show vibe, creating an immersive atmosphere.
So, before a single word is even spoken, the script demands a very specific environment. We don't just have a teacher, we've got an enthusiastic game show host. And we don't just have a boring whiteboard either. We have a huge, colorful, spinning wheel divided into letter sections, and each one is paired with a recognizable picture icon, like an apple or a ball. The stage directions explicitly call for this high-energy, interactive style. It instantly disarms the viewer. It sets a massive expectation right off the bat. This isn't passive learning. No way. This is an event.
And that event kicks off with this exact line. The host literally shouts, "Welcome everybody, step right up to the Spin the Alphabet Wheel. I'm so excited to play with you today. Are you ready to be an alphabet champion?" This opening is just phenomenal. It immediately breaks the fourth wall, the host is talking directly to you, but even more importantly, it establishes a super clear, achievable goal in the first 10 seconds. You are here to become an alphabet champion. It totally frames the learning process as a game to be won.
All right, on to Section 2, the spinning wheel mechanic, basically the core loop.
Listen, every engaging game needs a predictable but exciting engine driving it. And this script uses a very precise three-step pattern. Step 1, the host spins the wheel, and it's accompanied by this dramatic, auditory whoosh sound effect. Then, Step 2, the wheel lands on a specific letter and icon, highlighted by a bright visual sparkle on the screen. Finally, Step 3, the host immediately transitions this reveal into a prompt for a physical action. The sheer brilliance of this loop, whoosh, sparkle, action, is that it builds massive anticipation. Those sound effects and visual sparkles act as brain cues that basically scream, "Get ready, it's almost your turn to do something."
Which brings us to Section 3, interactive letters and actions, focusing on action-based association.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how beautifully it maps out the core learning content. The script doesn't just, show a letter and dryly say its name. It transforms those simple letters into distinct physical missions. For the letter D, paired with a dinosaur icon, the action is a big, scary roar. For S, the sun, you're reaching your arms up high to make a bright circle. And for B, the ball, you're pretending to throw an imaginary ball. The script is actively linking these abstract concepts, the letters, to concrete physical movements. This forced physical participation literally anchors the information right into the learner's memory.
So the crucial point is right here in this remarkably simple stage direction. Pause for 3 seconds for kids to roar. Guys, this is where the true magic of the script happens. The host asks, "Can you make a big, scary dinosaur roar with me?" And then, nothing. Total silence. By creating this 3-second void, the script literally demands audience participation. It completely shifts the burden of action from the screen straight into your living room. Honestly, if you've ever found yourself awkwardly roaring at your TV, you know exactly what I mean. If the host just kept blabbering, the viewer would stay entirely passive. But that 3-second pause, that's the exact space where the actual learning takes place.
Furthermore, notice how the script varies the way the host interacts with the audience. Look at the left side here. We see the host visually modeling the behavior, like demonstrating reaching their arms up for the sun. But then, on the right side, for the ball, the host initiates an auditory countdown instead. Ready? 1, 2, 3, throw! By alternating between visual modeling and auditory prompting, the script constantly keeps the viewer on their toes. It totally prevents the interaction from feeling monotonous, and it keeps the brain actively engaged in figuring out exactly what kind of response is required next. And finally, Section 4, the champion's conclusion, or validating the learner.
And this brilliantly illustrates the big payoff. After that final spin, the host declares, "You're a pro. You caught every single letter today. Give yourselves a huge, happy cheer."
This perfectly closes a loop that was opened up in the very first seconds of the script. The viewer was challenged to become an alphabet champion, right? They completed the physical missions, and now they're fully validated as a pro. It rewards all that active participation, providing this awesome rush of positive reinforcement that just leaves the viewer feeling accomplished and, honestly, eager to play and learn all over again.
This brings us to a fascinating final thought. We've just analyzed a script specifically designed for learning the alphabet. But look closely at the underlying architecture, setting a clear goal, creating anticipation-building loop, forcing active participation through strategic pauses, and providing immediate validation. So, I'll leave you with this question. How can we adapt this high-energy, action-based game show framework to explain complex topics to absolutely any audience? Imagine using these structured, interactive techniques in your next big presentation or training module. By applying these exact mechanics, we can make any learning experience not just efficient, but truly, genuinely enjoyable. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.